Hey guys, today I want to talk about the best diet for the humankind. So what is the best, it's not me farting by the way, that's my daughter talking. So what is the best diet for the human beings? I get that often. People ask me all the time, what should I eat? I mean, what is best for my body type? Should I eat this? Should I eat that? Should I eat dairy? Should I not? Should I eat gluten? Should I eat sweets? Should I eat fruit? I mean, the questions are usually the same. And people are confused because there are so many fad diets out there. And I mean, most of them don't have any science behind it. Like they have like doctors talking about it, but when you look into it, like it doesn't make sense. The science is not there. And I find that most of the time you can see that there's a lot of money behind it and a lot of products that are sold from these fad diets, lots of books and yeah, lots of money. But I like to, I don't know, like use my common sense. I do follow some doctors, but I mean, if you think about it, it makes sense to go on a whole food plant-based diet, because if you look at what you are an animal. You are, you know, your ancestors are the great apes, you know, like monkeys, chimps, baboons, all that stuff. So the great apes, what do they eat? They eat fruit, leaves, roots, and the occasional bug when they eat the fleas on their baby girl. So the great apes, they eat fruit, they eat leaves, they eat vegetables. They are frugivores, fruitarian, whatever you want to call it. So they don't eat meat, they don't eat processed foods, they don't eat grains, they don't cook their food. So they're pretty much, they're raw vegans. That's what they are. And I like to look at that. If you look at our DNA is like 99 point, I don't know, point what % the same as monkeys, as chimps. And then you look at our digestive system, we have very long digestive system. Our intestines, stop it! Our intestines are super long. They're meant to process the fiber. They're not meant to have meat, because meat needs to be digested very fast. The protein and the uric acid, this needs to be excreted. We have very small kidneys, very weak kidneys. We have our stomach acid is not as acidic as a carnivore. And look at us, we're not carnivores. Put me in the jungle or in the forest with nothing but my hands. I'm not gonna go and grab a bunny and like go into it with my big claws and my teeth and just like eat it raw. And you know, this is not what happens. You know, I will find roots and I will find leaves and like things to eat, like fruit, whatever is available to eat, to nourish myself. This is what I'm gonna do, because this is nature, you know, this is what I was made for. But of course with evolution, you know, we moved from the tropics, we went up where it was colder and we had to eat something. You know, it was there wasn't anything to eat. It was like there was snow and we had to start hunting. I mean, we have a brain. The problem is that we didn't use our brain properly in evolution, because now we used, you know, the fact that we're the most intelligent beings on the planet, we use that against us, because we created a diet, we created a world where we destroy ourselves, because we're all sick, we're all dying from cancer and all the other diseases that we have. So we definitely didn't use our brain properly. So that's what I wanted to say. So if you look at the great apes, this is what I would like to do with my body. You know, this is what I think is the best diet for us, is to look at our ancestors and how we are made. And we are made to eat vegetables, you know. If you go down this path with this idea, then grains wouldn't be good either, because we're not made to process that either, and we have to cook it and then it's like glue inside of us, and you know, we get like asthma and like mucus and stuff. I mean, we have been feeding the planet with that for hundreds of years, so I mean, we're not dead, and I don't think that the problem is the grains now, the grains before. Is the grains now the problem with all the pesticides and, you know, the GMO crops, and you know, the way we process these grains to make all the white bread and the white pasta and all that, and we gorge on that, we eat that all the time. So that is definitely a problem, and that can cause illnesses. So it wouldn't be in the best diet. I think the best diet for the human beings is definitely the raw vegan, like living foods. So fruits, vegetables, sprouts, like all the sprouted beans, and then the nuts and the seeds, and you can culture them. So this is definitely the best diet. If you look on the internet for influencers that are raw vegan, you will see that they have, you know, their face is just perfect, they're glowing. Like, look at Dan the Life Generator, look at Fully Raw Christina. Like, there are so many, but they are glowing, they are thriving on the living food, on the raw vegan food. So that's what I think is the best. Then, like, on a scale, you know, like from 1 to 10, 10 being the best, that would be raw vegan. Then you go down, that would be, and then a 9 would be the whole food plant-based diet that I usually promote, and you know, that is promoted by doctors like Michael Greger, or Dr. Esselstyn, or Dr. Colin Campbell. It's like all these doctors that are promoting the whole food plant-based diet, which means no processed food. It's all whole foods, you know, all fruits and vegetables and grains, like whole grains, and nuts and seeds. So this is what they promote, this is what I promote, this is how I eat. I think it's almost the best. I am not at raw. I used to eat raw, but I don't know, in Canada, I like to eat local, and you know, eating raw is just not happening for us right now. It's cold outside, and we just, you know, eat whole foods and with the occasional veggie burger, but yeah, we try to eat the best food possible, right? So that would be my 9 on the 9. Then 8 would be like, I don't know, like vegan is like, the problem with the vegan diet is that most of the time it's unhealthy. It's like processed foods, like the fake meat. What's wrong? The fake meat and the fake cheese, and a lot of bread and fried food. So I could say that the vegan diet is not as bad as almost the standard American diet with like fried chicken and McNuggets, you know. For me, it's very similar. The difference is that the vegan one is ethical for the animals and for the planet. And I don't know, you could argue about this, but you know, I don't know if meat is worse than a processed meat, you know, because right now we know that meat is a carcinogen. We know that meat causes certain cancer. It does raise your cholesterol, and the saturated fat will also help with the heart disease, and all this fat will also promote diabetes. So, and anyway, many other diseases. So we know that meat is not good, but what about the processed fake meat? You know, there are no studies on that. So I don't know where I would classify, how I would compare them. I don't know if one or the other is better than the other one. So I guess that if someone is not eating meat, that would be better than eating meat. I don't think there is a difference between all the meats, like red meat, chicken, fish. It's all saturated fat. It all promotes all the disease that we have, even fish. I mean, it's all the same. And the fish now is so dirty from our oceans. So I don't think, hey, shh. Sorry, the dog is gonna start now. Shh. So I don't think there is a difference. What I don't like is the dairy, you know. So if you are a vegetarian, it's better, but then if you're consuming all the dairy products, sorry, but I don't think that you will see lots of a big difference in your health. The difference is like stopping all the the processed meats, like the bacon, the sausages, that is down on the scale of the worst diet, you know? Those are the worst diet. And then if you eat meat, then of course there's a difference between eating organic meat and non-organic meat, like grass and grass-fed beef. And there's a big difference, because if you eat the grass-fed beef, then you're not eating the GMO soy and the GMO wheat and like all this crappy food that they grow to feed the cattle. That's really bad. And that's the same with the dairy. If you're not eating organic cheese and organic milk and organic yogurt, you are at the bottom of you know, the food chain. It's there too in the dairy. And those dairy cows, they eat crappy food also, you know. And then depending on where you are, then you have the hormones that are put into the cows so that they produce more milk, and the same with the ones for the meat. And then the chicken, you don't even want to get started on the chicken. Like, it's disgusting. So all this meat culture is really bad. So if you are eating meat, like the paleo people, I think they will go more for the grass-fed. It's still crap. It still promotes all the diseases that we have. That's what people don't understand. But it's still better. Okay? And then the fish, forget about it. It's either like, if it's wild, like caught in the ocean, then it's dirty, full of mercury and PCBs, and like all the poop from all the animals that we raise all goes in the water. Anyway, so the water is really disgusting with all the plastic. The fish eat that. And then you can go to a fish farm, but these fish are fed. How do they feed them? They feed them with fish from the ocean or with the GMO stuff. And then they're all in their own feces, and it's really disgusting. So you know, and some of them are now GMO, so they cross them with pig or something so that they're bigger. So no to fish for me. So what I wanted to say about that is that the best diet is definitely raw vegan. And then if you don't want to do raw vegan, then you do some raw, like every day you eat a salad. Yes, baby girl. And then the rest of the time you eat whole foods. And what is that going to do to you? Are you going to have a healthy gut? That's what's going to happen. Because when you eat whole plant foods, then you're eating a lot of fiber, which you don't find in the meat. There is zero fiber in meat products. So when you eat plant foods, you're getting all your fiber, so that feeds your good bacteria. That's what happens. And then you're gonna have good activity in your gut, and then you're gonna be happy because you have a good digestion. It's gonna help you prevent diseases. And then if you eat whole plant food, you're probably gonna choose organic, which is also going to promote a healthy gut, because where's mommy? And then, so when you eat organic, you're not eating pesticides, because the pesticides, they kill your gut bacteria, and that creates dysbiosis, and this is like an imbalance of your gut, and then you have problems like leaky gut, and then you'll have problems like, what do you want? Then you're gonna have, what was I saying? Oh yeah, an unhealthy gut flora, so then all the bad stuff is gonna grow, like the mold and the yeast, and then that's just bad news, right? So that's what's going to happen when you eat a whole food plant-based diet. You're going to have all this fiber, and you're going to create the perfect environment in your gut. And then what's going to happen too is that you're going to lose weight, and then you're going to maintain the weight. That's what's awesome about the plant-based diet, is that you can eat, you don't have to count the calories. You eat until you're full, and then you want to go on the floor, and then you don't have to count calories because you're eating low calorie food. It's all calorie, sorry my French. So there's not many calories in the plant kingdom, so you can eat and then you don't gain all this weight. You know, it's not true that if you're vegan you're gonna gain weight because you're eating all these fruit. That's BS. No, it's the best diet to maintain your weight, and it's not like one of those diet, like those crazy keto diet that you're always depriving yourself from carbohydrates. Like, sugar is the main fuel of your cells. That's what you need to survive, to feed your brain, to feed all the cells in your body. This is the natural fuel of the human body. You know, this is how we live. And then people will say, oh no, you have to stop that to trick your body, and then your body's going to start producing ketones instead of sugar to feed your brain. No, that's a survival mechanism that you should only do when you're fasting. You should only have that when you're fasting. You don't do that your whole life. That's just crazy. So I'm going, okay, I'm going to come back to what I was saying. I was talking about healthy weight. So it's a good diet to to maintain your weight and to be able to eat as much as you'd like and not feel deprived ever. This will also protect you against diseases. The whole food plant-based diet is the only diet that is scientifically proven to treat and reverse heart disease. So I think it should be our default diet. And then it also helps with treating diabetes, type 2 diabetes, and you can also manage your type 1 diabetes. It prevents cancer, like colon cancer, breast cancer. This is quite amazing. And then we can go the ethical route also. If you eat a whole food plant-based diet, you're not only going to benefit your body, it's also going to benefit the planet and the animals. So there are 3 main reasons to be on this diet. The planet is sick at this moment for one big reason. Is because of cattle. Is because of animal agriculture. Because we are taking down all the trees so that we can plant GMO soy, so that we can and wheat, so we can feed that to the cattle, so that we can eat the beef. So that's bad. Then we're using all this water also to produce it, and then all these cows and pigs and chicken, they're all farting, and that is causing the #1 green gas effect on this planet. So #1 cause, pardon. So this is definitely not sustainable. So by eating a whole food plant-based diet, you're gonna save the planet. This is the only way we can save the planet, is not to eat all these animals and not to consume all these dairy products. So, you know, a bag of beans, you can have it for the whole month and it's gonna cost you like $5. And you're also gonna save animals, because we are killing, how many billions? I forgot. We're 7 billions. We're killing like 100 billion anyway, it's like a crazy number every year. Just farm animals, and we're not talking about fish. Fish is not even counted. They counted in tons or something. So we are destroying the planet, destroying lives, and destroying our body from not eating the right diet for ourselves. This is so crazy. Like, this is so obvious that we should be on the whole food plant-based diet because we're monkeys, and we're not doing it because, well, you know, burgers are so good, and, you know, bacon is so awesome, and, you know, our modern society is like that, and, oh, you know, my friends wouldn't accept me like that, and it's too hard, and blah, 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 blah. BS. You know, the best diet is the whole food plant-based diet, and I think everybody should be on it. And if you can start by just reducing, you know, reducing what you're eating, this is the new trend. You know, going this path. The veganism is a trend, yes, but please don't choose the fake meat. You can in the beginning. I mean, I have nothing against like trying them so that you can slowly stop eating meat because you need the texture. I understand, but don't take these foods as foods for the rest of your life. They're not. You know, they're processed foods. It's just like chips and all the other junk. You know, so I encourage you to try the whole food plant-based diet. If you have questions, let me know. I'm always happy to help. You know I sell a detox system, but my passion is to talk about diet. I have a lot of knowledge on that, and you can email me or write me a comment here, and I will definitely respond to you and help you the best that I can. All right, so I will see you in the next video. Like and share and subscribe. I'm gonna go see my little baby now. Bye.